Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Brittany. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Taco Bell crunch wrap. So my most all-time favorite fast food restaurant is Taco Bell. I mean, like, any given day, if you say where I want to eat fast food, quick drive-through, in and out, I'm going to say Taco Bell. I don't know why, but everybody knows the aftermath of Taco Bell is not good. Like, you eat it one day, you can't have it again for like 2 or 3 days. Like, you have that aftermath of Taco Bell. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to say this. If you've never had the moment after Taco Bell when you're like, man, I really shouldn't eat Taco Bell, you're not human. Something's clearly wrong with you guys. You're not human. With that being said, love Taco Bell. I don't know how they're still functioning as a restaurant or a fast food restaurant. I don't see how any of that. Taco Bell's horrible, but it's good. But it's so horrible that it's good. I know that makes sense to a lot of people, but maybe it will. If you know, you know. I feel like if you know what I'm saying, you are a Taco Bell fan. I'm a Taco Bell fan, but I also know Taco Bell is not good for anybody on this planet. It's not good. And I'm not talking about obesity or anything like that. I'm saying Taco Bell meat is questionable. I feel like their cheese is questionable. Everything about Taco Bell in that taco or that crunch wrap or whatever you get is questionable. But you eat it. I mean, come on. You eat it and it's so good. But that questionability comes out a few days later. You're sick. Your stomach hurts. I feel like I can't even function at work after having Taco Bell. But guess what? 3 or 4 days later, I'm getting Taco Bell again for lunch. Anyways, enough about that. I just had to let y'all know my little backstory of Taco Bell. So I feel like this is my first time making it at home. I've seen the videos. Everybody keeps making it. I know they've been out a while. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to splurge and get everything here to make a Taco Bell at home, so I won't have those problems, you know? I mean, I can go to work tomorrow and be perfectly fine and just feel like I ate Taco Bell, right? Yeah. So anyways, what you need to make Taco Bell's crunch wrap. The only thing I don't have here is sour cream. That was completely forgotten. I love sour cream on crunch wrap. I love sour cream on any taco. But if I don't have it, I'm not going to miss it. I can totally still eat it. So we're going to make it without it. So I have a few pieces of onion left over here that I'm going to chop up, because I like to put onions in my meat during cooking as well as on top of it while I make, my actual taco. So of course I'm going to use this and some of this. I have some tomatoes here from earlier that I'm going to chop up for them. I have my ground beef. I have my organic ground beef. This is the 90% lean, 10% fat, so it won't be a lot of grease or anything I have to get out. I have my floured... Sorry, I dropped a bowl. I have my flour tortillas here. This is my... favorite kind I always get is the Mission brand. I've tried other ones. I've tried store brand. I do not like them. So I got the burrito kind. You only get 8 in here. So you only need like 1.5 to actually make the crunch wrap, because you need to cover the top part. But my husband is not going to eat a crunch wrap. He don't like them. I think it's the tostada in there. I don't know. He don't like the fact of having like crunchy taco in with a soft shell taco. I don't know. I'm gonna make him one anyways, and then what I'm gonna do to make his soft shell tacos is just cut these in half, because my other ones are in the freezer and I don't have to open up 2 packs. So the only thing I'm gonna use to actually season my meat when it goes in, because I'm also going to have taco seasoning, of course, but I didn't get that out. Let me get that. Is sometimes I use 2, sometimes I use 1. It just depends. I'm gonna use 1 at a time and see. I may only use 1.5, but I get the hot taco kind, so I'm gonna get these. This is what I'm gonna use, to make your tacos seasoning. But as far as other seasonings I add to it, it's just gonna be a little bit of black pepper and some garlic. I never ever add any salt, you guys, because I don't know if all of them are like this, but the Taco Bell brand and the McCormick are always super salty to me as it is. I always add a little extra water to sort of balance it out a little more. So I never add extra salt to it, because then to me it'll be too salty. You won't be able to eat it. So you have your tostadas. I just have this brand here. I think they were on sale at Albertsons for like $1.98 or something like that. I have the salsa con queso dip I'm going to use for the like their nacho cheese type that they put at the bottom to hold everything. I'm also going to use the Mexican style for cheese blend, and then I have my lettuce here in the background. And the only other thing I'm going to add is some jalapenos, and I have a little bitty jar for that. So I just have the Albertson brand diced jalapeno peppers. See if it's going to focus. There we go. And these are just the diced up ones. They're real small. But I just got these because I didn't want to buy any fresh ones because I like to keep those in my fridge. And, well, I don't have a fridge right now. So anyways, if you've watched any of my other videos, I don't have a fridge. It went out. Short story. I'm not going to include all the details into this video because, well, this one's just going to be Taco Bell Crunchwrap version. So that way you can find it anywhere you want to look it up if you type in how to make a Taco Bell Crunchwrap. So this is everything you need, minus a few things. You don't need garlic if you don't have it. You don't need pepper if you don't have it. You don't need jalapenos, and you don't need onions because I really don't think they put onions on there. So really you just need a handful of things that you can buy. This is just extra that I'm adding to mine because I really like spicy tacos. Of course, if you have some salsa, you can use that at the end, but that is not something you put in the taco, so I'm not going to show that. All right, you guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my ground beef in my pan over here, and you're just going to cook it like you were making regular tacos because, of course, you are. You're just adding that little crunchy factor, right? So I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to chop up my onions, and I'll show you guys the process along. So when cutting onions, you can cut them however you guys would like. I like mine pretty big, so I'm just going to cut them in little squares. To where they are about that size when in the meat. I'm going to cut a few of these with an extra, and then these would be for the toppings. So I'm just going to get these put over into my hamburger meat. Alright, so to my hamburger meat is going to be my onions, and I'm going to cut my stove to about a number 7. If you have an electric stove, you know what that is. That's about medium-high heat. The other pan over here is going to be once you assemble your Crunchwrap to get it all melted together. So that's why that one's over there. I'm now going to add a little bit of the black pepper. I'm going to try to make this video as short but as informative as I can. So now I'm just going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic. And I'm going to use my chopper, and this is how I'm going to cook it. And you're just going to keep chopping until it's all cooked. Okay, so I've got my meat chopped up really, really tiny, as you can tell. And this is just how I like it. You can keep it crunchy, you know, and do it however you guys prefer. This is your kitchen. I'm just showing you guys the basics of how to get started, or how I watched videos on how to do. And I just thought I would share it with everyone as well. So I now cut my stove down to about a number 4, 4.5, 5-ish, somewhere in between there. It's about medium-high heat though. And some pieces are browner than the others, but it's okay. So I'm now going to add in my sauce, and I just put this in my little mini, what's it called, magic bullet thing, just to make sure it was all blended. And I just follow the packaging as far as water. And I also put in some jalapeno juice from the can that I opened, just to give it some more flavor. I'm going to only use 1.5 packets, but if I need more, I'll just use the other half. But I think this should be plenty. So now once you get it all coated, you're just going to turn it to low and just let it sit and simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes until the sauce thickens up a little bit. So it is just a little too salty for me, so I think I'm going to add in just a little bit more water and see if that'll help it out a little bit. Like I said, it's completely up to you guys, but if you're using the Tacobell brand or the McCormick brand, I do not recommend adding any more salt. And I think I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Because it makes it super, super salty. But when you add more water to thin it out, you just have to make sure you cook it for a little bit longer just so it can thicken back up. And as you can tell, it stays, pretty much the same color, same consistency, just a little bit more runny over here. I just hit that little handle on the tripod. I gotta get used to using the tripod because I'll be having you guys all over the place. So let me taste it now and see if it's still too salty. Still a little salty, but it definitely tastes a lot better than before. So I think once we add in everything else, it'll be good. So I'm gonna put this on about medium-low heat and let it simmer for about 5 minutes, just because I put extra water in there. So I want to make sure it really gets a thick consistency. All right, so while that is simmering, I have my onions chopped here, my tomatoes, my lettuce I chopped really finely. I am just using the Fresh Express 5 lettuce mix, and I just took some out and chopped it up really finely because I don't like big pieces of lettuce. And I just put some cheese here, just so I don't have to keep reaching in the bag as well as touching all this. I just have them in the little bowls. And then some of the salsa con queso. And I took one of the burrito tortillas, and I cut it straight down the middle. So the other one's going to go over here, and this is what's going to be your topper. You guys will, if you've never made one before, you guys will see what I mean by topper. So now I'm going to put this here. And as soon as the meat gets done, I'll start assembling. But the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put some cheese here. So this may be really spicy. If you're not a spicy food lover, I would definitely recommend not using the spicy taco sauce, because this, your queso has peppers and stuff in it, so that makes it spicy. And then if you add jalapenos, just if you don't want it too spicy, just opt out of 1 or 2 of the items. Just so that way it'll still be, able to eat. And then if you want it extra spicy like me, I'm going to add queso to mine. Alright, so my meat is thickened up. I'm just going to use my spoon with holes here just so I won't get all the extra juice in there. And I'm probably just going to put 2 or 3 spoons. Definitely more than what Taco Bell does, right? They literally give you just 1 little teaspoon of meat. And you can tell it's already melting the cheese. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so we got our tostada. More cheese for the top. Just a little bit of onions. Tomatoes. and however much cheese that you want. I think that should be good. So as far as this goes, you're going to want to cover this whole section right here. And the folding technique is just wherever you start, pinch it in like that. And there's that. I'm going to set this on top of it just for a second while I get my pan heated up. Okay, so I put just a little bit of butter in there, and that's just to help the browning. And I have it on high heat. And you're just going to put it upside down like this to brown this part first. And make sure you have something to flatten it out to get it crispy. I'm just going to keep doing this with my spatula. Probably about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we'll make the next one. Alright, so it's out. I'm now going to cut it up. I'm going to flip it back over this way. Alright, you guys, and that is the crunch wrap. Alright, so like I said, you can make this however you like with whatever ingredients you want. This is just the ingredients we like and what we would like to have on it. So of course, spice it up, don't spice it up, do whatever you feel right and what fits for you, your family, or just yourself. Have fun with it. So much better than Taco Bell. It smells so great. It looks good and it actually looks appetizing compared to Taco Bell. Taco Bell, you can't look at the tacos, you just gotta eat them. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. And if you want more copycat recipes, just let me know what you'd like me to copycat and I'll try to make it happen.